welcome at the press conference after the game Donar against Mons. 2,550 people were here tonight in Martini Plaza. First quarter 80-14. Halftime score 41-34. 60-57. Third quarter. Final score 77-75. First of all, coach of Mons. You definitely know we have a tradition that we start with the coach. So, first of all, the question: what was the big difference with the home game against Donar and this game here in Groningen?
Ball possession.
Please use the microphone.
The ball possession was completely. If you have 26 turnovers in a game like this, then yeah, you can talk about a team that is not really ready to play. First of all, congratulations to my colleague and the performance they did against us. They pushed a team that was not ready to compete on this level. Coming from a very hard week, 3 games in a week, but as well in the 2 games we had back-to-back in the Belgian Cup against Charleroi. Then you qualify for the semi-finals. Then they think, yeah, you see immediately at the beginning of the game no focus, no aggressivity. You give a team that has quality a lot of rhythm. They immediately put us in problems with their aggressivity, with their topside defense on the ball screens. They have no focus, no concentration to attack this kind of defense, and then you have those kind of turnovers. And like this, they can run. They have control of the tempo of the game, and then of course it's always the I call it the elastic in basketball. You try to fight back, but they play at home, and on that moment very difficult to go over. And the last play sums up how stupid we played the whole game. Passing in that corner was completely not what we asked. We could have a small player the big player was playing on the last ball possession, so we could draw the foul, we could penetrate, and then they pass in the corner and he tries to take the game, what was a very stupid initiative. So basically they earned the victory, they deserve the victory, so that's my advice.
Are you angry of your team about less of concentration?
It's not about only the last ball possession. I said that the last ball possession sums up what we did the whole game. Was really very irregular in our approach, very inconsistent in how we played. We had very good moments, and then we had moments that is not even FIBA Cup level word. So in this kind of level you cannot play with this kind of inconsistency, and this is already for a couple of weeks like this, and that's something we have to change.
Thank you, coach. Player number 9, Sander van Kanegem. Do you agree with the coach? Was that the problem in the team that you couldn't win this game?
For me, as a young player, I don't really am in the position to argue with the coach. So I'm going to say no comment.
He's the smartest.
25 minutes, huh? But your approach of the game?
For me, as I say, for a young player, I try to come in with a lot of aggressivity and a lot of energy. I try to focus on my defense, and I want to take rebounds, and I want to be productive for the team, for the minutes that I get. For the rest, I think players, the older players, just have to take their responsibilities. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay, thank you. Coach Erik Braal of Donar. Congratulations, of course, with the victory. How was your opinion of the game? That's the first question.
Well, I think it's the best performance this season for us. We were watching the game back in Mons. There was a terrible execution of the offense and the defense. And so for us, it's we were really focusing on us and trying to get better. And I think this game we showed that we, in the last couple of days, I should say, became a lot better. defense worked. We started out pretty focused, had good stops, had some problems finding. We're creating good shots, but had some problems finishing also and making the shots. But well, we did an excellent job in our defensive rotations. Made some mistakes, for example, most of the time on the end of the shot clock. But overall, congratulations to the team, and I love the crowd being into the game. Last 3 minutes, we really needed the support. We were watching that they were 6 points down, 4 minutes to play, and I said to the guys, "Hey, let's go. Still enough possessions to win this game." But the crowd was really into it, gave us energy, and we managed to win the game. A little bit lucky, of course, but great pass from Jason.
Coming back to that later, first Will Sullivan, how was your game and how was the game in total?
I thought it was a great team win for us. We made a lot of big strides this week as a team in terms of offensively and defensively, and you know, we had a lot of great contributions, you know, from the top of the lineup to the bottom, and you know, it was a huge win for us. Mons is a great opponent, and I thought we did a great job of competing and showing poise from the beginning of the game until the end.
You have the feeling that this team started in a new period now with a new player?
Yeah, I do think so. Drazen was a big contributor tonight, but you know, a lot of other guys played great too, and you know, I'd like to think that this is kind of us turning a corner. This last week and a half of practice has been great for us, and yeah, I think that it's the next step for us to bring that same approach every single day in practice and every game that we play.
Okay, getting back to the coach and the new player Bubnic. Well, what about him? Were you surprised about his qualities and what he did today?
No, not surprised. He's just a solid, fundamentally sound player. Knows the game, has experience, and the last few days on practice, he's been practicing 4 full days with the team, and he showed exactly what he did on practice. And I think the poise and the experience showed in his decision making, good passing. Still a lot of, but still, I think he helps the team, and the team did a great job on that also.
It looks like he was playing a long time before with the team already, and that after 4 days. How is that possible? Experience?
He's a fundamentally sound player. Understands the basic principles of a team offense and a team defense, and doesn't need a lot of explanation to execute it.
Same question I asked Will Sullivan. Do you think it's a new period for your team, coach, now the new player has arrived?
No, not a new period, I would say. It's more like we're trying to refuel something. It's not like it's not something new. Most of the teams are the same, but you feel like it's connecting a little bit better because you have a big man who's a good passer and understands the game. That makes the ball goes a little bit quicker from side to side, and he helps us in a variety of ways. He's quick on the court, good individual defense, and I think the whole team, as what Will was saying, was absolutely correct. The last few days in practice were excellent. We made big steps. And the 3 weeks before we were only traveling and playing and hardly had any practices to really build something and correct our mistakes. And I think the last 4 days were an example of that we were just focusing in and making sure that the small things that we did wrong did way better, timing, spacing were way better, ball was moving again, and we were able to transfer it to the game.
Last question, coach. Now you had 6 European games. Is that a contribution to your luggage for the rest of the season?
Yeah, of course. If you play good opponents, like Mons is a great opponent, physical, tough defense, that only helps us in the competition.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for the coach, for the players? No, thank you. Dan gaan we verder in het Nederlands. Aanstaande zondag de uitwedstrijd in Zwolle, de topper tegen de koploper. 2 uur begint dat en volgende week donderdag nog weer een topper tegen de Bos hier in Martini Plaza. Hij is op tv, maar we zien natuurlijk liever hier in de zaal. Dank u wel, tot ziens.